Hello everyone, my name is Derek, or Lycan101, and welcome to another video about role-playing. This video is going to be a video response to Metarockwell and Sean Connors and anybody else who's entering this endeavor with us on the co-op world building idea and the Ice City. I just wanted to throw out a couple of my ideas real quick and get everyone's response and feedback before I continue throwing out anything else and into this what I hope to be a massive endeavor to create a wonderfully rich and vibrant campaign setting, or just campaign city in general. So first things first, I'd like to introduce the option of a race that I had created, originally designed for Samwise7's Hex World project, which unfortunately I never was able to complete due to personal issues, but I kept it on the back burner just in case I ever wanted it in my own homemade campaigns and settings. The race is called the Delevations. They are range in height from 5'10 to 6'8. They live for 180 to 185 years. They have a ranging body type from a muscular, lean build, almost like a cheetah kind of build. I think that lean muscle kind of structure, to the heavy body structure of a human bodybuilder, basically. A nice thick barrel chest and shape. They have gray skin. Their hair colors, they usually are either bald. If they let hair grow, it either comes in silver, white, or black, which fits into the ice setting particularly well, I thought. They have several unique characteristics. They have an enhanced sense of smell and hearing, and vision, which I'll cover a little later. Stamina, speed, agility, and injury recovery, due to having to survive, in this case, the harsh ice and cold of around the Ice City. I also gave them a unique racial ability that only some members of the species will have. I called it the Alpha Instinct. Now, the concept for this race is that they're pretty much, I don't want to say barbarian, but tribalistic is probably a better term, and so therefore they're very in tune with nature, but not so much in a druidic sense. They know nature, they respect nature, but they also are almost, in a sense, more powerful than nature. They kind of bend nature to their own whims. So they give off this aura of feral strength in some of the race, and I called it the Alpha Instinct. And what this is it basically acts like in animals' instincts. Now, think about a wolf pack. There's the alpha, the beta, and so on down a wolf pack. The alpha is the top male usually, but sometimes it's the top female. Now, in that strict hierarchy of the pack, the alpha, always eats first during a kill and is listened to by the rest of the pack. So this is basically what the Alpha Instinct is through some inherited trait or racial line, the Delevations are able to establish dominance over lesser animals, or sometimes humanoids. This is almost like a demeaning or dominating presence, that aggressive animals will sense and immediately either subvert to or turn around and flee from. So an example that I came up with, I thought was of particularly good interest and kind of comical, is think of a scenario where you've got let's just say a human who's got a guard dog with him, and he comes up against a Delevation, and he tells his attack dog to go attack him, get that guy, or whatever kind of attack that he uses to go against, to basically release his hound. But this Delevation has Alpha Instinct, so the dog can sense that this Delevation is particularly powerful in the wild sense and doesn't want to attack, and has established that this Delevation is even more powerful than his current master, so instead of listening to his master, listens to the Delevation. So the Delevation could simply stand there and give the wolf an old little nod of the head and say, sick 'em, and then the attack dog is going to turn on its master and attack it, because it would rather face the wrath of its master than that of the Delevation. And there could be a will save or some kind of save to determine if the animal could resist and think intelligently enough to whether or not The alpha instinct would take over. And the other ability that I've given them so far is a cultural ability, in a sense. I know, I can't remember, it's one of my newer subscribers, and Woodmark, excuse me, sorry Woodmark, I almost forgot about you, but don't worry, I remembered. Woodmark proposed the idea that the Ice City, the area around it, be completely dark for 8 months out of the year. Now, the idea that I had for the Delevations to make them even more unique and not just some kind of another humanoid race is that they had originally lived in a world completely encased in darkness for 8 months out of the year. So in order to adapt their race, in order to see in the dark, they combined the world of magic and medical surgery, early medical surgery kind of concept, just like battle healing basically, heating a knife and cauterizing a wound, and they've advanced that a little bit and combined these worlds together to create what I've called the eye shine surgery. Now, this is a special medical surgery that is done at birth. As soon as a newborn child opens its eyes, the child undergoes this medical surgery. And what this does is the surgery allows the Delevations to see through any form of darkness, whether magically created or natural. The surgery, alters the vision, allowing the retina to see the light, if you will, that bodies emit. Not like a heat sensing, but almost like an aura, if you will, that bodies emit even in the darkness. It creates 2 side effects, one harmless and one slightly dangerous. The first side effect that the surgery gets is where it receives its name, of its nickname, if you will, of the shine. Once the surgery is done, the retina of one's eye completely shines over with a almost silvery liquid sheen to it. So all of the Delevations have silver eyes, in a sense, and they kind of reflect light a little bit. Think almost like the way an animal's eyes look when you shine a light over them, or when they look in the dark and you shine a light over them. That kind of reflectiveness to it. And the second side effect is a little bit more dangerous. Any kind of direct light, including sunlight, torchlight, firelight, any sort of light directed directly into the retinas of a Delevasion causes severe pain and can induce blindness in some cases, some extreme cases. So the way that the Delevasions have gotten over this disability is they've created a special kind of goggle that during the months that the sun shines, they place these heavily lidded goggles that come completely across the side, blocking out any kind of light that would directly enter. And the goggle lenses are made of a thin sheet of ebony, and it basically acts almost as like ultra hyper sunglasses in a sense, dimming out the light so that way their retinas can still focus in the light and see the rest of the world. But if a Delevasion is caught without the glasses in direct sunlight, or goggles in the direct sunlight, their eyes run the risk of being completely destroyed. Their cultural aspect, if I can go into that real quick, is tribalistic. They're very war-centric, and I think the idea that I wanted to put out with having the Delevasions would almost be in opposition of the Ice City, kind of a natural race of the region that no one really knows about because it's so remote and isolated. And this would provide opportunities for attacks on the town, or unique encounters out in the wilderness against an intelligent, capable of seeing in the dark, master hunter of the ice region. And what I had created in opposition of this inside the city is what I'm for now calling the Hunter's Lodge. The Hunter's Lodge is basically a gathering, if you will, or collection of master rangers, druids, or any kind of skillful adventurer that has set up basically shop, if you will, in the Ice City as a means of running a business and an organization. The Great Lodge, or the Hunter's Lodge, is almost like a wildlife hunting lodge where they have 20 or 21 or 15 to 20, somewhere around there, number of guides that can go out into the wilderness and track some of the exotic wildlife of the region. And they will occasionally, for a price, take other adventurers out into the wildlands as guides in the ice. And they would know about the Delevations and have interactions with the Delevations, and maybe have almost like a treaty at times, or like an understanding of where to go and where not to go. And these members of the lodge would have their own agenda within the town, and their own goals and everything. They could be run by a centralized leader who could be a member of the whatever kind of government the Ice City winds up having, or lack thereof. They could be looked on either as heroes of the village or with disdain and fear because they are these great hunters wearing massive pelts of the gods know what kind of creature, which terrifies the locals. It can be anything like that. These are just basic ideas that I wanted to throw out there, and if everybody winds up liking them and we continue with the Ice City, I would develop these ideas further and put the race together better and mold the lodge, and maybe get some kind of holiday or something like the Great Hunt or something, where the best of the best go out to prove what they can bring back and as a prize, and I don't know, just a bunch of different ideas to throw out there, and that's just what I was thinking about for the Ice City. So Metarockwell, Sean Connors, anybody else who's on this project, just let me know what you think, and if you like what I'm putting out there, then I will be sure to develop them further, get these ideas to you, and we can really work hard on making this Ice City a really great project. And I'm really looking forward to working it together with all of you on this project. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ideas that I put out. Have a great day.